Oh hey, didn't see you there. As you can tell, we've sort of switched around some of the surroundings of the place and of the filming. I hope you don't mind. I just kind of like it better that way.
Hey there, Narration Rafi here. Let me just explain something real quick. I just recently got a new camera which has a flip screen. So the reason I'm sort of looking to the left of the lens, maybe you can tell, is because I'm looking at myself on that screen. I only noticed that later while editing, so it's still in there, but yeah, that's the reason. Sorry about that.
I'm back with chapter 16 of Das Kapital, which is about absolute and relative surplus value. Just like pretty much all the previous chapters, just in case you weren't able to tell. Marx talks about productive labor, saying, in order to labor productively, it is no longer necessary for you to do manual work yourself. Enough if you are an organ of the collective laborer and perform one of its subordinate functions. Some pretty smart stuff right there. The individual worker has become sort of a smaller piece of a larger body of collective labor. And their productivity is measured not by the commodity produced, but by their surplus value produced. Makes sense. If you're a capitalist, you don't really care about the product, you care about your profits. The idea of the collective laborer describes labor not directly involved in material production, but sort of as a part of the overall production process. Just to clarify, productive labor is defined as labor that produces surplus value. If your labor doesn't, it's not productive. Now Marx describes again the idea of surplus value. He gives examples to further illustrate this concept. At some point, relative and absolute surplus value seem to kind of merge. Marx shows that relative surplus value can actually be viewed as absolute, since it compels the absolute prolongation of the working day beyond the labor time necessary to the existence of the laborer himself. In the same sense, absolute surplus value is really relative as well, since it makes necessary such development of the productiveness of labor as will allow of the necessary labor time being confined to a portion of the working day. However, Marx argues that ultimately relative surplus value really depends on the continuous attempts by capitalism to decrease necessary work time in order to increase surplus value. Of course, that's why they continue to invest in machines and robots and all that other fancy stuff. Thank you for listening. Please don't close the video right away. I have something personal to say. Now, as you might imagine, these videos are quite a lot of hard work to make. And we do love the project and we really want to keep them free and accessible for everyone. No barriers to watch our videos, no matter how large your wallet is. However, at our size, YouTube channels barely make any money. So, as we're both graduating from college, by the way, I just finished my economics undergrad degree and Lena finished her degree quite a while ago. It has become harder and harder to justify putting this much time and work into these videos. And some people have already suggested in the comment section that we should think about making a Patreon. So we are. On our Patreon page, you'll get to vote on which books we cover in our next videos, and you'll get early access to our future videos as well. But what you'll mostly be doing is making sure that we can continue to offer educational content for free. So if you'd like to help us continue our work, please consider signing up. And of course you can cancel anytime. There's no like 1-year contract or that kind of stuff. Lena and I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Narration Rafi here again. Just for your information, Chapter 17 and Chapter 18 are already available on our Patreon page. So if you want to check those out early, go ahead and join our Patreon. Thank you.